It's Geekmas 2019! Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved, and we are so glad that you hit play today. Do us a favor and hit that like button as well as the subscribe button so that you get notified every time we upload a new video, because we upload a lot of videos. You might want to know. Also, I was just looking at our numbers, and the majority of the people who watch our videos aren't subscribed. So that means you, watching right now, you're not subscribed. This month, we are celebrating Geekmas 2019. We're so excited. All month long, we are going to be doing devotions off of comics that are based around, have something to do with, or vaguely in Christmas time. If you couldn't tell. Ho, ho, ho. Before we get into our devotion for today on the awesome comic that we are talking about, don't forget to check out our website, to check out our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, all the socials, as well as sign up for our email list, because you get super secret top secret information. Like, there's a project we're trying to work on, but if you're on the email list, you know what I'm talking about. So today's devotion is going to be based off of an Umbrella Academy comic called Hazel and Cha-Cha Save Christmas. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Umbrella Academy, it is a comic created by Gerard Way, and it made a pretty awesome Netflix show. The comic itself is pretty awesome as well. So we are highly anticipating Season 2. Netflix? When are you releasing Season 2? So this is officially your warning to get all little people who you do not want to give spoilers to out of the room. Waiting for 3, 2, 1. Okay, are they gone? Good. Hazel and Cha-Cha, for those who don't know, are two characters that work for a time organization going and fixing aberrations in the timeline. Things that go wrong. People that are not supposed to be there. They fix it. Sometimes with explosions, but they fix it. So in this book, Hazel and Cha-Cha show up in the 70s, and there is this older teen. You see him before he encounters Hazel and Cha-Cha. And he's going to an arcade, and his mom goes, "Hey, take your brother." There's some other storyline going there. Really good. You should read it. I encourage that, but not pertinent to what we're talking about. So the older kid takes his little brother begrudgingly to the arcade, starts playing games, passes him a couple quarters so he can go on, and this older gentleman comes in and goes, I say older gentleman, adult, parent age, comes in and goes up to him and goes, so does your little one stick to St. Nick's deal? The kid goes, what? All of a sudden, this guy is freaking out. He goes, oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were a babysitter. Never mind, and off he goes. Well, this kid's curious now, so he does some investigation. You see a few things. All of this is in the midst of Hazel and Cha-Cha doing things and talking, and fascinating story. Again, really good read. And it all comes to a head when he finds another parent who mentions the same thing. So he follows him, and he corners him and goes, hey, I want the truth. And so this guy tells him the truth. And the truth is that in this world, Santa Claus is real. But when kids turn 10, the parents lie to them and tell them that Santa Claus is not real. And then, in order to keep all of this a secret, Santa and the parents have this deal that kids under 10 are told the truth, kids above 10 are told the lie, and no one finds out until they're a parent. The reasoning for all this? Parents realized that kids up until about 10 needed Santa to be good. They needed the idea that he was watching. And then past 10, they needed their parents. They needed to know their parents were watching them and were there for them. Now, this was a very interesting concept. Before we go any further, let me throw this out there. We are not suggesting that you lie to people. This is not where this is going. Stop it. I know you were going there. Don't do that. Not where we're going with this. But at the same time, when Paul is talking to the Corinthians, he makes some interesting statements. He makes some things that kind of fit the story. In 1 Corinthians 9:22 through 23, Paul's telling the Corinthians, "To the weak I became weak, that I might win the weak. I have become all things to all people, that by all means I might save some. I do it all for the sake of the gospel." And again, we're not suggesting that you lie to people. Not cool, doesn't help. Situations, just don't do it. But it's a fascinating idea to be all things to all people. And as Christians, we do need to do that. Not saying that you go to somebody and you say, oh, I've been through that, when you haven't. But by being all things to all people, you are able to be what they need. So they may not need somebody who's been through the same thing, but they need somebody to listen, to speak into their life, to tell them that God loves them, to take opportunities to show them the love of God. And at the same time, sometimes if you have gone through the same thing or a similar thing, having someone who has done that and sharing that experience with them and being vulnerable, that can be invaluable as well. Another way that we can apply this to our lives is, you handle people differently. Sometimes when you go to someone, you can't be blunt with them. You have to be nicer, use a gentler tone with them. And sometimes people just need tough love. They need you to be blunt. They need you to tell them what's going on, and so they can get it in their heads. But you have to have discernment to know which is which. But most of all, in all of this, the key thing is to keep an attitude of readiness. At our church, we have this saying, moments create movement. Sometimes it's the small moments that mean the most. Sometimes it's just sitting down and having a conversation with someone that it means the most to them. So make sure that you have an attitude of readiness, that you're ready for God to use you, and you're discerning and listening to Him as to which approach you should use. If they need someone to listen to them, if they need gentle correction, or if they need a little tougher correction. Let yourself be mentally and spiritually ready for these things to happen. Just be prepared. So, because you never know when a moment that's just a quick moment to you is going to create movement in somebody's life. Okay, guys, that was your devotion for the week. First devotion of Geekmas.
Yes!
Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments what you thought, what you think.
I thought it was cool.
Dallas thought it was cool, apparently. Said in the comments, Dallas. The comments. Don't forget to check out all of our stuff, because we always have announcements and things going on, all kinds of different things, all different kinds of posts. But it is now time for the question of the week.
The week!
Tell us about a time in your life that meant a lot to you, even if it was small. Even if it was just a little bit of, just a moment. Let us know. We're intrigued to hear this, and we legitimately enjoy having conversation with you. Well, that's all we got for you guys. Don't forget to, again, check out all of our other stuff. If you're watching this on Facebook, because these videos, we're kind of testing some stuff, are going to be uploaded to Facebook at different times, consider liking our page. Consider going and checking it out. Consider joining the Devoted Geek Life, because there's some really awesome people there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, consider sharing out this video, or subscribing to our channel, or liking this video, or commenting, because again, we like conversation. That's all we have for y'all today.